What is up, gamers? It's your Average Joe with Average Joe Raids. Today we're going to talk about the Dragon Tournament coming up that is Shadowkin only. So we're going to look at my team that I'm going to be putting together. We'll also look at some of the champions that you can sub out to have a Shadowkin Dragon only tournament. This is a great opportunity to win yourself some Relentless gear because these faction tournaments, a lot of people don't participate in them, so it's a good opportunity for you to win maybe your first tournament if you've never won one. So let's take a look at the Shadowkin faction. I think the most important thing here is going to be these support characters. But obviously if you have Ninja, this becomes a lot easier because of his A2. It does so much damage to the dragon. He will go down pretty quick. So if you have Ninja, you know how good he is. Go ahead and use him. And that's all I'll say about that. If you went for the Karato fusion, he is very good to get through waves with his A3 here, blocking active skills. Being able to do that on a 4-turn cooldown, so half of the turns that your enemies takes, they're only going to be able to A1, which takes out a lot of skills that could make the waves longer and also do more damage. He also has a stun here and a weaken on his A1. And the other champions that I will be using besides Karato and Ninja are Taragi, Atatsu, and I have a Genbo built up as well. So Taragi, probably one of the best epics in the entire game, in my opinion. He has a decrease attack on his A1, he has a AoE provoke on his A2, and he has an ally protection and shields himself on his, and heals himself. Sorry, an ally protection and a shield on all of his allies, and heals himself on his A3. His passive, every time he gets hit, he has a 50% chance to place a poison on the attacker. So he's poisoning, he's decreasing the attack, he's doing a provoke for the waves, he's giving you a massive shield based off of his HP. That's going to allow you to get through the waves without a healer if you don't have one. So Atatsu here actually does have a heal. He has an A3, increased defense, and a continuous heal. His A2 is a decreased attack, and then his A1 puts on a leech. So, besides being great for Clan Boss, he is also great for the dragon with his leech, his decreased attack, and then increasing ally defense and giving us a continuous heal. Genbo here is just pretty much an arena nuker, in my opinion. He's going to do some damage on the waves. He might do a little bit of damage to the boss. He might die before we get to the boss if he's built pretty squishy. So, you know, he increases his crit rate, crit damage. He has a big AoE hit here. And then he has an A1 single target. So, those are the champions I'll be using. Some other good options to sub in. I think Chani here gives a poison sensitivity, and then her A3 can increase the duration of all debuffs. So if you pair up Chani with someone like Taragi who's doing poisons, giving that poison sensitivity and increasing their duration could be really big on the boss. Sachi is one of the only revivers in the Shadowkin faction. So her passive here revives a random ally with 30% HP whenever this champion kills an enemy. But if you're manualing some of these fights, or even if you get lucky on auto and Sachi kills somebody, then that could be a revive for your team. She also gives an increased attack, she gives a leech, which is good, and then decreased accuracy, which could also be good on the dragon. Benshi here lands some poisons on his A3. His A2 is not quite as important since you can't decrease the turn meter on the dragon. Burengiri heals himself. Kunoichi actually has an ally protection as well. That could be good for your team to get through waves because Shadowkin does lack healing, which is going to be people's biggest thing on getting through the higher levels, like level 20, even level 24. So those are some good options. Masamoto gives a decreased attack and an increased defense. That's going to do a lot for your survivability. Generally, he's not somebody that I would build up, but if you have him built for faction wars or something, he's going to be good for this tournament. Some of the rares that I think could be good here. We have Odachi has a shield on himself, but also has a block debuffs and an increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown, which would be good during the waves, but also really good when the dragon's about to do his move that shoots out the poisons and all of his debuffs. To have a block debuffs could be really good for your team. Another good rare here is Fanatic. Fanatic gives a decreased defense on his A1, on his A2, transfers debuffs to the target, and then also on his A3 gives an increased attack. So you have an increased attack and you have a decreased defense. That could do wonders for your damage. The Shadowkin legendaries are all pretty good. Jintoro does a lot of damage. Lady Kimmy gives a lot of speed, decreased speed, increased speed, gets you through waves. Yoshi can give out True Fears. He also has an HP burn and increase attack, increase accuracy. Genzen here has a really good decreased defense, and he's constantly going with his turn meter manipulation. Kyoku is a great ally protector, and she puts a block damage on herself, so she can get you through waves. Gamaran, another reviver here, revives whenever an enemy is killed, and you can get this on a 1-turn cooldown. That's going to be a good revive for your team. So he also does some buff spreading, block active skills. Here we go. Riho is a full cleanse and a heal. Yumeko is some manipulation of cooldowns to help you get through some waves. So those are the champions that I think could be good and what their roles they play. I think the best champions that are going to get you through waves are probably like Kyoku, Riho, Taragi, Hatatsu. The ones that can give you heals or shields or ally protect is going to get you through that wave so that you can do big damage on the boss. So let's go ahead and look at my team here that I'm going to be putting together. I don't think everyone is geared out, so we will do some quick gearing. Ninja's geared, so he has close to 40k health, close to 3k attack, 214 speed, 100% crit rate, 215% crit damage, and 266 accuracy. Genbo, oh, he is built not well. This is probably for Faction Wars. So he has some decent health, 179, it's a low speed, 98% crit rate, 213% crit damage. So he's built a little bit out. Tatsu, yeah, this is probably up for Faction Wars. Slow, decent defense, some crit rate, crit damage, and some accuracy for his decreased attack and his leech. And he's actually, he used to be in Relentless gear for when I beat Shadowkin factions, so getting Hitatsu in a Relentless gear to get those continuous heals out is what really helped me beat Faction Wars. Him and Taragi. Taragi right now is built for my clan boss team, so he is built pretty well. 225 speed, big defense, good HP, and then some accuracy here. And Karato, built as best as he can to be a level 50, 2000 attack, 2600 health, 172. Again, he's slow. Everyone here is slow. I actually built him out for accuracy instead of damage so that he can land his block active skills and his stun. So that's helpful for me for Faction Wars to get those block active skills, and then people's A1s between Hitatsu's heals and Taragi's shield. The A1s don't really do a lot of damage in Faction Wars. So let's go ahead and run this through. We're going to try Dragon 20. That is the most efficient level that you can be farming for a tournament like this. Excuse me. So we will go to Shadowkin. And I think that our best aura is probably going to be either Hitatsu with the defense or Taragi with the resist. We had some champions that don't have crit rate, so we could put Karato in the front. I'm going to put Taragi in the front, and hopefully that helps us resist some of the dragon's debuffs. And we will go ahead and run this. So again, these tournaments are really good opportunities for you to go all in, and you might not even have to use a lot of energy. Sometimes you can get through these tournaments with only getting a couple hundred points, and you can get first place. I did that on the Nyrisian Union Fire Knight tournament that just recently came out, which is Shadowkin and Dwarves. And if you can, I was farming, I think, stage 11 on that mostly. I could do stage 16. I couldn't do stage 20. I could do stage 16, but it took like 5 minutes. And so I went down to stage 11 because I could get that done in about a minute 30. And it was actually more efficient for me in terms of energy and time, just being able to get through those and get a couple hundred points. I think I won the tournament with like 400 points or 500 points. And so that was able to get me, I think, 6-star epic relentless items. So relentless set is incredible. It got me through a lot of faction wars, being able to have your supports take extra turns and get their heals out, get their revives out. So, you know, being able to do a tournament like this and get some relentless gear could be really huge for your account, and these are good opportunities with these tournaments where you can only use certain factions. So right here, Karato's getting low. I don't think he would be getting low if we had Hitatsu in that relentless set. We would get a lot more continuous heals out, but he's going to be the one that we lose, which we don't find too much about. He's mostly here for waves for the block active skills, and he's not built for damage right now, so we don't really need him. He's a level 50, he's our only level 50, so it's kind of expected that he's going to be the one that dies if we do lose somebody. So next to go will probably be Genbo. He also has some lower HP than everyone else, but you can see here Taragi's putting out the shield. He's got the ally protect, he's got the provoke going out. So he's doing a ton for our survivability during waves, and then you'll see his poisons get placed when we get up to the boss. So these runs aren't going to be quick. For me, they never are when it's a specific faction. You know, we're at 230 here, but you can see Ninja's A3 just chunking down. It's actually kind of bad that Ninja uses A3 before the boss used this move, because now we might get stunned on this. Oh, but he gets back around to it because of his A3 decreasing the cooldown to his A2. His A2, I believe, I think I said A3 earlier. His A2 is the HP burn move that does big damage. So Hitatsu gets this decreased attack out. We're getting poisoned in our decreased attack. Taragi just gives us his shield and ally protection there. And basically we've got some War Master procs from people, and then Ninja is doing just massive damage for us. So if you don't have Ninja, the boss phase could take a little bit longer, but you can see, like, between Taragi's shield and ally protect, everyone's pretty healthy here, and Hitatsu's heal. So 327, not bad. You can start to get this done. You can see here who's doing the healing. Taragi's healing himself, Hitatsu's healing everyone else, and then Ninja, I think, is healing himself when he gets below 50% HP. So that's Dragon 20 with the Shadowkin faction. You might get some usable stuff here. I'm going to sell this one, but basically the tournament is opening. If you're watching this today, the tournament is opening tomorrow, so that is May 17th, 2022. Hopefully you can use this video to guide you on what champions, if you have some that are close to being built, to build those up, throw some really good gear on them, and get through Dragon 20. Or if you're not able to do Dragon 20, the most efficient phases are always the top phase of that energy level. So 20 is the best out of everything. If you're farming gear and you have the champions to do it, you can actually do 24 at the 18 energy per run. If you can't do 20, 16 would be the next best thing. At 14 energy per run, you're still getting 4 to 6 star gear. If 16 is too hard, the next level down would be the top level for 12 energy per run, which is stage 11. And then obviously if you can't do stage 11, you go down here to stage 7 at 10 energy per run. And if that's too hard, stage 3, just go right down to the next energy. So you're saving energy, you're getting the best gear for that amount of energy that you can spend. And that's what makes those stages the most efficient stages for tournaments like this. So hopefully you guys can do a good job in your tournaments, get some relentless gear, and go ahead and use that to get through some of your faction wars and get you guys some of your Lydias. So have a great week and stay average, friends.